Hey everybody, so it's been a little while since I've spoken to you face to face, but I got a request in a message from one of my subscribers. I don't want to say who because I don't know if they really want to be public about it, but sorry, that was my phone. But yeah, so I was going ahead and I was going to make a video about their question instead of just answering them, because I think that a few other people could benefit from it. And you know, you never know who will stumble across my videos. But before I jump into that, I want to say thank you to all of the like 150 new subscribers that I got. Like, that is completely insane. And also, it's storming really bad right now, so if you hear any like crazy noise, it's either rain or like epic thunder. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So the question was really simple. It was just, how does one start transition? Like, what is the process that you have to take? And the simple truth is that everyone's process is different. So like, I'm assuming that what they meant was simply the, like, the, why is my phone blowing up? I'm sorry guys, okay. Like, I'm just going to tell you what I did, what my process was, and maybe that'll help, because everyone's process is going to be different. I think it also depends on what state you're in and that kind of thing. For me, though, I started transitioning like 4 years ago, so I don't know if these things are still I don't know if this is still how you go about it, but when I was doing it, and I'm still transitioning, obviously. Like, I'm not even really on hormones right now, but we'll get into that later on. When I started transition, you had to go see a psychiatrist or a psychologist or whatever, some sort of, you know, crazy doctor, and they, you know, have to evaluate you. And I have issues with the whole evaluation thing, but I can understand why they feel the need to have it, you know, to evaluate everyone, but I feel like it's one of those things you just know. You know that you are, you know that you're not. You know, it's not really something I think too many people are confused about. I have like an eyelash or something poking me in the eyeball. It could actually be here. But anyway, so, yeah, so I went to a psychologist and met with him one time, actually, you guys. Like, everyone says that, you know, oh, I've heard you're supposed to go to therapy for 3 months before they'll give you a letter to start hormones and all that. I went one visit and talked to the guy for an hour, and by the end of the hour, he was just kind of like, well, I don't have any doubt in my head that, you know, you are in fact supposed to be a woman, and yada yada yada, and typed up my paper and emailed it to the doctor that I was going to go see to start hormones. I did go see him one other time after that, and it was simply, it wasn't trans related, it was just to talk about some problems. But yeah, so, and that was different from a lot of other people's stories that I've heard. A lot of people have told me they had to stay in therapy for, you know, several visits, or, you know, up to, you know, several months or whatever. So mine's not exactly typical, so that's why I can't really tell you what to do, because I didn't really go a very typical route. And then after that, I met a doctor at a clinic that I had been told to go to, that he was trans friendly and all of that. And you know, I'm in Mississippi, so there's not that many doctors, especially now. For whatever reason, I can't find any doctors in the state that are even willing to talk to me about it. There's something going on with, I don't know, there's some state political, medical bullshit that is stopping all this from happening. So I'm going to have to go either online or out of state to get hormones now, which is why I'm not really on hormones right now. I do injections like once every 2 to 3 weeks, just to keep my head level and so that I'm not like going crazy. I probably need to take some pretty soon because I'm starting to feel it like slip away. You know, some of you might know what I'm talking about. It's just, you can kind of tell there's like a mental like thing, kind of tell when you're, it's almost like PMS. Like, that's kind of what I feel like when I start to run low. So anyway, so that's really all I can say is the process for everyone would be different. Obviously, the process for how you determine that you need to actually take these steps to transition is going to be different. I didn't know anything about about trans people at all. I just knew that I felt different. You know, and for a while I thought maybe I was like a really gay guy, maybe I should be a drag queen or something. And I stumbled on YouTube, actually, stumbled across a trans woman's like update video, and she was just talking about things to how she was feeling, and I was like, holy shit, like, this makes sense. I totally agree, you know, like, I can relate to you. And that's when I found out, and shortly after that I started scheduling doctor's appointments to get everything on the roll. So, you know, of course everyone's like discovery is going to be different than mine was. But as for actually starting hormones, I think that's still how it goes. I think you still have to go meet with a psychologist or a psychiatrist. There is a cat hair or something stuck in my lipstick and I can't find it. Anyway, but I think you still have to go meet with a psychologist or a psychiatrist, and they'll determine how long that you need to be evaluated. All I can say is when you go in there, be as honest as possible. You know, I'm not going to tell you what to say because that would be what I would want. That's what I'm saying, not, you know, it's not the same. What is going on? I'm losing my mind, you guys. There's a hair in here, and I can't see it. Alright, I'm just gonna try to ignore it. It's been there for a while and I can't seem to find it. Okay, so just be as honest as possible. Express, you know, he asked me questions like, how long have you felt like this? Yada yada yada, all those typical questions, and just be honest, you know. It also, I think, helped for me because, as you guys have seen from my transition video, I was only really on hormones for a year, so I only have essentially gotten the effects of a year on a pretty low dose of hormones. So I'm not physically at the same level as other people are that are 4 years on 4 years into transition, because I haven't had the means to do so. But there is a certain picture, if you guys saw the transition video that I posted, there is a picture, it's the very last photo before the transition slide. You know, there's like high school years, yada yada yada, and then it says transition slide, and that's when all the like more recent pictures are. And the picture right before that, I have straight hair and makeup on and everything, but I'm wearing a teal polo. That was still when I was living as a guy. I was still living as Adam then. So that's the way that I looked when I went in to see this guy. Was very androgynous looking. And so I think that actually benefited me to a bit, because he was just like, you know, you kind of look like a girl already. And I was like, yeah, you know. And so if you've already started experimenting with the dressing and makeup and things like that, that might actually help you. That might be to your advantage. So that's all I can really say. Try to find, I couldn't find a single doctor anywhere in the area that actually specialized in trans like therapy or anything like that. The closest that I found was someone that was familiar with, he was like a family and like gay therapist or something. I don't remember what his actual title was, but he worked with a lot of gay people, and that was the closest thing that I could find. And so he was somewhat familiar with it. He didn't know, like, I mean, he didn't specialize in that, so he doesn't really know, he didn't know everything about it. But, you know, we just talked about it and told him how I felt, and that's the closest I got. So I was able, it was a lot easier. The doctor that I went to, honestly, I don't even know if I was going to need a letter, because he was very, like, willing just to be like, here you go. Like, he was really, really cool, and then he retired a year afterwards, which is why I stopped hormones after that. And, so I really can't tell much more than that. I hope that helped a little bit, but, yeah, I mean, I think you essentially had the right idea. It was just go see a psychiatrist. They should write you a letter after however many visits they seem to think that you need to have, and then you can probably start hormones if you can find doctors that are willing to cooperate with you, because that, I think, is the biggest issue, is finding doctors that are even willing to work with you. I got a lot of rejection letters from a lot of different psychologists and psychiatrists when I was emailing these people asking them if they'd be willing to talk to me about this, and a lot of them were just saying no, like flat out, 2 letters, no, that's it. It was very weird. So I think that also just goes back to the area that I am. I'm in the Bible Belt, and that's just how it is. But yeah, I hope that helps a little bit, and I will see you guys later. I'm gonna start trying to post more videos more often, like maybe 1 a week or something, because yeah, I want to. Like, I have so many subscribers now. I'm just kidding. But almost 500. That's pretty cool. Like, that's pretty cool. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. All right, bye.